Hi, Rob here from Cable Markers. I'm going to show you how to set up the print driver settings for the CMC-225 and 323 printers. It's roughly the same on each of them. If you hook it up to a Windows 10 machine, the driver should self-install. Just go down to the Start menu, type in printers, select the printers and scanners. Here we see that the TSC-TTP 323 is installed. If Windows installs it, it's going to be named TSC-TTP 225 or 323. I'm going to select this. We can change that name if we'd like, but we're not going to do that here. I'm going to select Manage. We're going to select Printing Preferences. This is a print driver dialog box. We're going to select the Stock tab. We're going to change the media setting from Use Current Printer Settings to Thermal Transfer, and then the type to Continuous. The post-print action is for the use of the cutter. We can typically leave that either off, none for off, or we can turn it on by selecting cut. If we turn it on, we have to tell it when we want it to cut. Right now it's after every page. That would be the same as after every label. Or if we wanted to do sets of labels where we print 10 labels, cut at the 10th label, you would select after job. These other two you probably would never use. Anyway, we're going to leave it to just after every page here, and then we're going to turn the feed offset to 0.10. One thing to note, the cutter will only work on 3/8 of an inch in diameter flattened tubing or less. Anything larger than that, there's a possibility that the cutter is going to jam. So we don't recommend using it for anything other than 3/8 of a diameter or smaller. Once we're done doing all of these settings, we hit Apply, select the Options tab. Here we deselect this Use Current Printer Settings box, and then we set the print speed. This will vary depending on what printer you have, but typically we like to set it at 3 inches per second. And then the darkness level I would set to start out at either 9 or 10. This is for the print quality. Of course, if it was printing too dark, we would go down. If it's printing too light, we would go up. 10 is a good starting point. That also varies depending on the type of ribbon, or the color of ribbon, I should say, that you're using. A white ribbon requires additional heat or additional darkness. Once we're done doing that, we hit Apply and OK, and now the default settings are set. If you have any questions, feel free to give me or send me an email, and thank you.